And we're live. Welcome back. It's the OT Show. I'm your host, E. Yeah, as y'all know, man, it's a show for extraordinary, ordinary people, and today we have an extraordinary, ordinary guest. So what we doing, man? We doing one-on-one artist spotlights. Um, and actually, this is our first episode, and we have my man, author, publisher, motivational speaker, uh, entrepreneur, dating coach, a jack of all trades. Yeah, welcome to the stage, man. My man Matthew C. Horne. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, brother? Thanks for having me on, man.
Nah, no problem, man. I wanted to get you on, man. We had a conversation a couple of days ago, probably like I guess about 4 days ago, and we were talking about dating and just trying to date in the DMV area, and then just the culture of I'm not gonna say just black love in
Yeah,
general and the struggles of it, man. We seeing it a lot. People, we looking at high divorce rates. A lot of people been single, and just the struggles of dating, man. And you raised a question that I thought that was very, very interesting, man. Is the high value black man worth it? And do you want to, matter of fact, touch on that question? What made you ask that question?
yeah. What made me ask the question was the the topic of the hour. You know what we talked about with Kevin Samuels, and everyone is talking about high value black men in the black dating sphere right now, and just the divide between black women and black men that's happening right now. It's just like we have a chance to really understand each other and come together and create more black marriages and make this dating and courting experience a lot better and smoother. But what's happening with the introduction of people like Kevin Samuels, people that write books like myself that are giving you the reality behind the statistics, how to prepare for the optimal black man. What's happening is that there's a lot of resistance. As 72% of black women are projected to never get married, there's a lot of resistance that I've seen, from black women to actually hear the black man in terms of him saying what he's compatible with, what can make him feel comfortable, what's going to make him trust you and want to spend a lifetime with you. So that's what made me raise the question is, are you satisfied with the results that you've gotten with your life? And more often than not, that person's going to say no. Well, here's another way. And it's going to require you to change some things, to work on some things, and to bring a optimal version of yourself to the optimal black man. And that's what it comes down to. Is it worth it? Is it worth you admitting that you can't just show up to optimal black men any kind of way? Is it worth that? Is it worth that admission? Because that is the price of admission.
This is true, man. And that's interesting you said that because I think as I've been going through my life of dating and trying to figure that part out, I see a lot of it. I think sometimes people, I ain't gonna say even just like women, but men, sometimes we have unreal expectations for people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have these expectations, but you don't set the same standards for yourself. And
Yeah.
that can there lies the problem.
Yeah, that's delusion right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. You have to be a match for what you want. You have to already be calibrated to what you want. And that's the bottom line that has to be accepted. I mean, we can definitely talk from both sides. Neither one of us are like misogynists or female haters and things like that. So we can see it from both sides. But since we're talking about the high level optimal black man, it's just like you have to be a match for him. If you want him to be good with finances, are you good with your money? If you want
Right.
him to be, this handsome Denzel replica or something like that, are you in your optimal shape? You see where I'm coming from? You want him to have certain accolades and decorations. Okay, are you bringing those things as well? And that's the
Right.
thing. When the woman actually is a match for what she desires, then she doesn't last on the market because she's too recognizable to the kind of man that she wants. And what we have to do is, you know, get out of that mindset that I can have the best without showing up as the best, because, you know, consequently, you're going to end up aging out of the game. Then it's a thing of what happened to, you know, there's no good men out here. What happened to
Oh,
them? And
let me start
sorry.
right there. Let me start right there. Let me start right there. All right.
Yeah.
Aging out of the game, yeah. How do they age out the game?
Well, it's a thing of age. You don't even have to necessarily age out of the game. You know how I joke around with like older women that still look good.
Right.
I call them young tenders. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. That, you know, when I'm talking to them. But it's a thing of keeping themselves in optimal shape. You know, because men are visual, so that gives you a good opportunity. I don't necessarily believe in aging out of the game, but a reality is the older you get, the harder it is to get the kind of man that you want.
Right.
And
Hence,
and
you
and,
age yourself out the game.
and that's the truth. You make the game more difficult for yourself. You know, the
Right.
earlier a woman can understand these things, that, you know, if you show up to the man non-combative, easy to be around, a calibrated match to him,
Right.
supportive, not trying to extort him, not trying to take advantage of him, then, and you're your most physically beautiful self. Okay, you're too recognizable to the kind of man that you want, and you don't last on the market long. But regardless, if you know you're getting older, it's okay. You can still become the optimal version of yourself to give yourself the best chance to get the results that you want.
So basically, what you're saying, for all you women that's like aging up there, you should be like LeBron James and be like and be like Tom Brady. Just get better with age, son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm joking, by the way. Don't take me
Yeah,
serious. I joke all the time.
yeah.
So don't come with me. I don't. Hey, I don't play those games. I
Hey,
don't care.
I take all the smoke, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Eric made the mistake of bringing me on today, so it's all good.
Hey, look, look, I didn't even realize it was Valentine's Day when we talked about this. I purposely, I definitely remember. I was like, oh yeah, don't. I
Yeah.
said that. I thought Valentine's Day was like on a Monday,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh yeah. So I'm like, we should be good. Let's do it on Sunday. Me totally tripping. You see where I'm at in the game, but
Perfect timing, man. Perfect timing.
well, look, hey,
Yeah.
from what I've been seeing on social media posts, there's a lot of single women out there. So tune in. Check us out. No,
Yeah.
so have you talking about that, the high value black man. So we don't want to. It's not in the high value doesn't mean a dollar amount. It just mean the guy that's having his ducks in order, that's doing what he's supposed to do out here. That's what we mean by high value.
Exactly. See, the cornerstone of a high value man is a man that values himself highly.
Right.
You know,
Right. Exactly.
a man that reveres himself, a man that is together physically, spiritually, mentally, and by consequence of being together in those ways, he's together financially because he's in
Right.
balance. He values himself. So, you know, his offering to the world commands the best because he's given the best offering, you know, of himself. And then he typically does. He is a higher earner, but it's not, the money doesn't define him. What defines him is the man that he's become and the version of the version of himself that he takes to life every day.
Right. Nah, facts. Like I've seen I've seen women that's look down on people that have trades.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the stories, man. I need a guy that makes six figures, or I need a guy that has a certain job or whatever. But I mean, that's like people understand. Like I know dudes that they own their own auto shops, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
they make good money.
Yep.
I know dudes that own cleaning services make good money. I know I know plumbers that make good money.
Mm-hmm.
HVAC dudes make good money. So, no, yeah, don't look at the title and don't think that he's not doing good out here.
Exactly. And you know, one thing I do say, I say it verbatim. This is my new book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. You know, I'm going to flash it a couple of times, but one thing I say verbatim in the book is you may have to bring that trade guy to your corporate party.
Yeah,
I say it verbatim because you know, you have to look at the reality of the pool of black men that you have to choose from. Okay, so it's maybe 9% of all black men who make six figures and above. So, Black women tend to be more educated and they exist in larger number. And typically, they are more decorated as far as degrees and, maybe even social circles and things like that. But, if you're attracted to a man, number one, because you have to be attracted to him. Okay.
Right.
And he treats you well. He's a provider. He has an upward trajectory, meaning that he's not satisfied with where he is. He's self-sufficient. And, he's taking a solid version of himself through life, even if he doesn't have this six-figure salary that is equated with the high value Black man. If the man fits that criteria, then by virtue of the numbers and the pool of men that you have to choose from, he is your match.
Exactly. Now, let's think about this. I want to say, what is your experience out here? See that?
Yeah, my experience is, it pertaining to dating or just anything specific, high value man perspective or what?
Oh, matter of fact, let's just say just the dating experience altogether. Especially, I know right now. I know now, it, it's hard now because you can't do but so much because in COVID or whatever. But just in the experience of what you want in a person that you're willing to settle down with.
That's rare. And one thing I don't like that the dating coaches are doing when they talk about high value men, they're saying that high value men have all of these options. And that the world just bows down to you because you make six figures or you might be decorated and things like that. No, high value men are disrespected just as regularly as anyone else, any other type of man. So, this is what happened. I commented on the Roommates podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I commented on their YouTube show, and they took my comment down within 5 minutes because it was too true. And they were essentially saying,
oh, they took your comment down?
Yeah, they took my comment down in like 5 minutes.
Yo, I'm quite sure it wasn't that bad.
No, it was too true. And let me explain the context of everything real quick. So their podcast, it was on YouTube. They were basically saying that women know instinctively that they cannot play with you if you're a high value man.
Oh, fact. That's a fact.
And I was just like, and they were saying they can't play with you because you have so many options. Like your status and your options keeps them in check. And
I can definitely disagree because I kind of feel where you're going with that. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
Okay. And so I made a very real and raw comment. I said, okay, I'm the tall, the 6'5", book writing, Mercedes-Benz driving. You feel what I'm saying? Like
sound like Ric Flair over there, son.
Yeah, but it's real, and I never really talk about those things. But I had to say that because they were saying once you get all these things, you get this money, you get these decorations, you get these luxuries, like women are just going to fall in line, and it doesn't work that way. Because you don't take into account that she's dealing with weak men on a regular basis, men that she can control, manipulate, extort, and disrespect. And she's so into herself that she can't even see the magnitude of the man that's across from her and understand that she cannot treat him the same way as she treats the guys that she's not even interested in. Because we're talking about two different men on two different levels. So I explained very clearly that, the high value Black man does not have that many options. He has more opportunities for encounters with very beautiful women. But
and I feel you on that because I mean like anybody else, like if you have a certain moral standard or a certain value about yourself, you're not going to deal with certain things and certain people. You just not going to allow that to be in your space. And that even goes for like do you find this funny that women? Do you feel like sometimes women can make us feel some kind of way about having standards?
Yeah, definitely. That's what Kevin Samuels had crystallized for a lot of people. And even when my book came out, my new one, that How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women, there were Black women who they were respectful but they would say, I was taken aback by the title. And
Mm.
then I said, okay, well, if the book was titled How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Women for Black Men, would you have a problem with it? And then they would dance and, try to dance around the question. And I would say, hey, I asked you something very direct. And then they would
Right,
all
right, right.
admit, no, I wouldn't have a problem with that. So there's what's happening right now to what you just said. Um, I've had to accept that by and large, that the way that black men are, portrayed within the matrix and the power structure is being so low that I've had to accept that many black women think they're better than black men because
Mm.
it's like beneath them to actually have to work up to a guy's standards, but they can readily say the guy has to make this much money, he has to be this height, he has to look this way. They can put out their laundry list of standards, but if a man puts out a standard or an expectation, he's shamed, he's ridiculed, and he's prosecuted in the court of public opinion. And that's because they think it's beneath them to actually have to work for the highest caliber black man.
Yeah, because you. All right, okay, all right. Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. I want to. So now, do you when you see this kind of person, right? So you got the high value black man, then you got the high value black woman. Do you see there's a clash there?
Um, it doesn't. Yeah, there tends to be a clash there.
Yeah.
The man doesn't really value the material world. Let me just
Mm.
break it down real quick before I get to that. So you can have a 24-year-old graduate student barista who's gorgeous that works at Starbucks. Okay, she's easy to be around. She's feminine. She's pliable. You can mold and shape her. She's just receptive to you. The compatibility is there, and there's no silly stuff surrounding the interaction. Okay, you can have that girl right there who's on her way up, and you can have an older, established woman that has the businesses, has the degrees, has the bells and whistles and decorations that surround her, and this and that, right? But if she has a strong personality, and she's combative, she's hard to be around, and she's competitive and things like that.
Ah, competitive.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. So the man is naturally going to choose the more feminine and submissive woman, no matter how she's packaged with her decoration. So now, to speak to what you said, many women are putting their identity in the wrong place, in a place that men don't care about. A true high value man, first of all, he has his own. Okay, he has
Yeah,
his own.
facts.
He's accomplished. He's the kind of man that you want. And what was hurting black women is that they're not taking to account the reality of the man that they really want. He already has all of the things that you wear on your sleeve that you use to define your value. He doesn't care about your house, your job title, your cars. He doesn't care about any of that stuff because he already has it. And the only thing he's looking at you is in terms of what kind of experience are you going to give him, and what version of yourself is he going to have to live with.
Facts. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
And the one thing I can touch on too, which is I think also after a while, man, I've seen it where they get so fixated on the body. They got a fat ass, they got this and they got that.
Shit.
But after a while, like after that, once that goes, what else? What we got next? What's going on after that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, you can't, and then you can't get caught up in the sex thing either, because after sex is all right. What else? What we got going on? We just giving them sex and that's it.
Yeah,
And if it's just about sex, you can. I mean, let's be real. Sex is sex. You can. That's going to happen. You get that anywhere. Whatever. But
yeah.
after a while, like if you had nothing else to offer, then and I think that can be a issue too.
It can be, and yeah, I'm really glad you touched on that, because the high value black man's his number one gauge and barometer and how he chooses a woman is how is she going to affect his quality of life. You're talking about quality of life right there.
Yes.
Is she mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally whole? You see where I'm coming
Fact.
from? That's what a man can trust. See, and that's what many women don't understand. I recently watched the movie Boomerang with Robin Givens and Halle Berry, right?
Oh man, I ain't seen that joint in a minute. Classic movie, by the way, too.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw something, seeing it as a man that I never saw before. So check this out. Halle Berry loved Eddie Murphy from the moment that she met him. Okay, she was
Right.
all about him, and but he was overlooking her for Robin Givens, who was portrayed as more gorgeous, more accomplished. She was at the top of the company. She was a shot caller, and she was a very masculine woman. Okay, she played around with Eddie Murphy. He was serious about her. She played around with him, jerked him around, embarrassed him in front of everyone, just portrayed him as just this beta man that was at her disposal, even though he was really the man, right?
Right.
Also, Halle Berry is right there with him. She even checks Robin Givens. Is like, what you're doing to him is affecting his work. And, she's like, it's none of my concern, but, you kind of messing with it. You kind of playing with him. Everybody is seeing it. So, long story short, Eddie Murphy wakes up and realizes that Halle Berry, the less glamorous, the less attractive, the less accomplished woman, is his natural fit. And
Yeah.
he finally goes back to her and says, I need to get this right. And that's what I want Black women to understand, is that it's not the most glamorous, it's not the most accomplished. It's the one that's going to give him the experience and the optimal quality of life. That is his natural choice in a Black woman. He'll take a easy to be around 7 or 8, as opposed to a dime that has her head so far up in herself that she's just narcissistic and hard to be around and this and that, because he values himself. You can't add anything to this man. He's already whole. You can just compliment him.
Nah, I think that goes with men too. I mean, I mean, it goes both ways. Men, we want, like you're saying, you want somebody to compliment you, but women, I think they want some of the same things we want, but I think sometimes they don't know how to get it, and they don't know. I ain't gonna say how to get it, or that's it goes deep too. They don't know. They've learned so many bad habits from coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them they might not know what love looks like, and they don't know how to accept real love. So that can be an issue too. Like I know I've seen it, well, I've experienced and I've seen it too. Like you've been in relationships that you get compared to a guy they dated 7 years ago. That don't got nothing to do with you. Or they bring past trauma into their current relationship.
Yeah, and that's one thing, is that no one's perfect. Okay, that Black man has worked on himself. He's elevated to a certain place, but he's not going to look at you like you need to be perfect, because he understands that he's not perfect. He's just
Right.
satisfied with the version of himself that he's become and that he is becoming.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, and I'm saying that's real. I even had somebody tell me she was had a friend told me she was like, yeah, you've sometimes you could be so vulnerable or whatever. I was like, yeah, man, it took a long time to get here, bro. It
Mhm.
was work. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure, man. I've damaged relationships in the past. You know what I'm saying? Just having not being vulnerable, not being upfront. And but I'm a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? For what you
yeah,
see, I'm not the same person I was 10, 15 years ago, yo. So I'm somebody different.
and
And
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it takes, like you said, it takes work though. It's a work in progress.
and that's why, is the high value man, is a high value Black man worth it? Is it worth the work that it's going to take? And he understands you're not perfect. And I can just remember all of the times, having women and seeing things in them, and you invest in them. You
Mm,
give them the knowledge, the wisdom, and that's the thing. When you deal with a solid Black man, you're going to elevate physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, just by virtue of his presence, because he has mastered those aspects of his life. Okay, now you have the choice. After that man has proven that his wisdom can elevate you, now you have the choice to say, it makes sense. My way of doing things has gotten me to a place that the man that I want, the type of man I want, has consistently eluded my presence. Here's a man that's a representation of everything that I desire. And he's elevating me. His wisdom is elevating me. He's proven that he's worth being followed and listened to. They have to reconcile. Can I go down the road of accepting this man's wisdom? And when she does that, then the changes begin to happen. And you never change for a man. You change because what the man has said and presented to you resonates with you personally. It makes sense.
Right. Now you say that you don't change for the man, you change for the betterment of yourself.
Yes.
And I think that has to do with I mean men too. Don't change for the woman, dude. Change for to better yourself. And I think that that's very, very important because when you make yourself better and you present a better package to the world, you're gonna attract women anyway. That's just it's natural.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what happens. And, attraction, this is how I see attraction. Okay. You cannot control who you encounter. You only can control who you let in. Okay.
Mm.
So it's just like you can encounter all kinds of different people, and some people will make the mistake of being like, I can just keep attracting the wrong person. No, you keep joining yourself with the wrong person because you are a safe space and a spiritually calibrated match to everything that wrong person embodies.
Say that again. Oh, that's tough one right there.
Yeah, you keep going down the road with the wrong person because you are a safe space and a spiritual match for everything that wrong person embodies.
That's deep. Yeah.
It's not them, it's you. And until, like you were saying, that's why I agree with you. Until you elevate yourself, until you become an optimal version of yourself, where you're learning from every situation, you're taking away from the situations, and they're not taking away from you. Okay, you're doing the work on yourself to improve, to become the best version of yourself for the world around you, and not just a successful black man. When you begin to do that, the same men were around you the entire time, but
Right.
now you're going to recognize the higher caliber man because you actually believe that you deserve them. Many times you met them
Mm.
before, and you knew in your mind, you told yourself, I ain't nothing, I ain't this. And that man was right there ready for you, could have went down the path with you, but you kept letting the wrong, lower caliber, lower energy men in, the toxic men, the abusers and the users and things like that, because that's all you really believe you deserve. So when you improve yourself, now you recognize the higher caliber man. And guess what happens in transversely? That higher caliber man now recognizes you. And
Mm.
you two are recognizable to each other, and you're compatible on the highest levels now. So you have to be a match for what you want.
Got you. Hey, so now you're a dating coach, man. How did you get to this point of being a dating coach, man? What made you want to do this?
I just started writing these books, man.
No, because like it, because I mean, you would have to have experience dating to be a dating coach. I would think you
Yeah,
had
you
to play
do.
the game to coach.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know how the game got started, man. This is about 8 years ago, right here. How to get beautiful women and everything else you want from life.
I
People's
remember
lives
that.
begin to get transformed, and then it was time for something for the ladies. How to be appealing to successful black men for black women. And they're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Real quick plug. But anyway,
Ain't no
uh,
paying with that.
you know, I just people were coming to me for advice based on the results that I was getting with women. And that's why I went ahead and just, wrote the first book, How to Get Beautiful Women. And the natural progression was realizing that I had a contribution to the conversation for women as well.
Right, and the thing that I like about how to get beautiful women that it's not really about how to get beautiful women.
Nope.
It was done. I love the title because the title just grabs you, but when you get into the book, it's not about how to get beautiful women.
Yeah, it's more
It's
so
about
about how to get
it's
everything
more
else
so
in life. Yeah.
exactly about getting the things you want from life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I put some medicine in some applesauce, man. But
Pretty much.
but I did go very nuanced into male and female interaction and dating dynamics as well. So there's a lot of, I guess you can call it, a understanding game, however you want to label it, on how to appeal to the type of woman that you really want. And
Yeah.
I just did it in reverse. I said, okay, you want this optimal man. You want the man that you can build a healthy life with, that you can ride off into the sunset, in a very balanced and healthy way. I said, all right, this is what he's looking for. This is how he's going to show up, and this is what he expects. 250 pages of pure magic, man.
Yo. All right. So I don't know. This is the off the. This is an off the wall question, but do you think Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce was the best thing that could have happened for men?
That's wild, man.
I'm just saying, look, all
Yeah,
right, reason being, hey, look, because it didn't, it kind of brought everybody back to reality, though, right?
yeah. It shows that okay. If I could take anything away from that, check this out, right? I believe that people just don't become that type of person to do something like that to you. I believe that when you meet people, they're showing you very early on like who they are, and that's why I don't believe in surprises in life and relationship and things like that. So what I can see in that is you have to pay attention to what you see while you're getting to know someone. And the worst thing that we could do is call black blue or call blue black. You need to call the appropriate color, because as you get to know someone, you get in that relationship, you get in that marriage, one thing happens. Whatever those colors were that you saw, they're not going to change, and they're going to become more pronounced and more fluorescent.
So basically, just saying you are who you are before you got here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. And just know yourself enough to know what you're compatible with. And maybe they were still learning themselves when they got together, and they got to a place where they like, hey, we respect the institution of marriage. Let's work on this, and but I put it like this. If you choose right, and you have two people that are willing to do things the right way, then they're naturally going to be thinking like, let's anticipate and not have to react, because you don't know which transgression from a man or a woman in a relationship that other person's not going to be able to come back from.
True,
And
true,
that's
true.
the importance of working on yourself and getting with someone who you feel like is on your level of evolution and consciousness and things like that. You don't want to play from behind out here, man. Just get it right the first time, man.
All
Because
right,
yeah.
so now we got that. Now, all right, say I'm a man. I'm dating in this game or whatever. I'm out here trying to find a woman. How do I add value to myself?
Okay, that's a great question. You elevate yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Okay. We've all been through stuff in life. Life is not a respecter of persons. Okay. We've all been through traumatic things. Okay. If you feel like you keep getting unfavorable outcomes and you're showing up, as a toxic version of yourself to women consistently, okay, you go get professional help. Okay. If your style isn't the best, you just kind of take a look and understand which clothes accentuate you and your build. Okay.
Right.
You have to break it down to the nuances. And in addition
Gotcha.
to that, if you're selling yourself, man, you need to package yourself the right way. You need to get in some shape, man. you know
Nah, that's
Modify
a
that
fact,
diet,
man.
and
Nah, that's a fact.
you need to
Hey,
start going from the inside out, man. You
I'm just
know what I'm
saying, yo.
saying?
I'm saying the
Yeah.
kid down 15. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, I'm
Slim
out
Thug.
here.
I see you, Slim Thug.
Hey, honeymoon E is no more. Son, I'm out here.
Yeah,
Son.
man.
I'm just joking, just joking, just joking.
Nah, I feel you, man. But yeah, I feel you. But that's it, man. You just need to, just work on yourself, and just make sure that you're presenting the best product, which is you. The best version of yourself is the best product that you can put out there to attract the best buyer, so to speak. And that goes for both sexes. But just really focus on those areas, spiritually, mentally, physically, because we're visual, and definitely emotionally. Resolve the trauma. If your problems are large, then you get some professional help. And when you optimize yourself in those ways, guess what? Now you're recognizable to the highest caliber man or woman.
True, 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 true. All right, so now let's get there. Now, women, what is it? What is your suggestion for women? They're not say they then be high value, but what is your suggestion for women as far as like what to get that man that they want?
Uh, First, understand what he's looking for. And, you're going to consistently hear the same things, feminine, submissive, easy to be around, non-combative, supportive and nurturing and things like that. You look at the qualities of maybe you have a family with her and things like that. it's really that simple. If you show up that way and you want to be the most attractive in shape version of yourself, men are very visual. And that's the thing. You know, any man in that position is going to want to have a woman that he's completely gone with in terms of his attraction for her. And you know, you just want to make sure that you're showing up great in all of those ways. And you know, just be consistent. Keep showing him the same thing, you know, over time, and in that way he'll trust you. That he can have a good experience, a good quality of life with you. And if you're having problems, you know, getting the right men, if you're encountering these men and they're not sticking around, then start seeking help. You know, you can read books like mine. You can start listening to the Godfather Kevin Samuels, who I believe is a savior for Black women. And you know, you can find a sound
Hey,
minded
you might,
man.
you might, you might, you might get some slice from that one.
Oh man, it's all good, man. I'm ready for it all. But you can also find like a sound minded woman mentor. You know, find a woman who's happily married in a position where you want to be, and understand that it's okay if your mother didn't show you. It's okay if your aunties and your friends, nobody figured it out. You don't have the luxury of not figuring it out as you're getting older. Okay, so you have to go to extreme measures. Sound minded woman mentor, read books from the perspectives of successful Black men, and just get yourself together as much as you can, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And then you will be a match. You'll be recognizable to that man you want.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think we overthink this thing. Sometimes, man. I
Hmm.
think we make it harder than what it got to be, man. And I was also like, I always do hear, man. I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. But at the end of the day, what are you settling for? Like, you settling it for? I mean, me personally, what I love friendship. Like, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I want somebody, you know what I'm saying? If I can be friends with you and be cool with you, and we ain't arguing and fussing all the time, I'm A-okay with that, bro.
Hmm.
Like, but I think that's one of the things that people don't think about, man. Like, I had this experience, right? I I had went somewhere, but I went by myself, right? I took a vacation by myself. It was dope. Had a dope time, whatever. But then I thought about it as I was like, yo, I was like, yo, I didn't have nobody to share it with. And that's what you want in life, dog. You want to do good things. You would have had somebody to share those experiences.
Man,
And I and I and I see it, and I see it a lot, man. Where I see like these, I see so many women going on vacations by themselves and going on vacations with. But at the end of the day, you want somebody to have those experiences with them, man. That's what it's all about. I think personally.
yeah, I'm with you on that, man. You just said something amazing, Eric. Check this out. You went on vacation by yourself, and you were satisfied. And you know, I just got a parallel. You know, with what you just said. You're ready for the right person when you can go on vacation by yourself. You see
Oh
where
yeah,
I'm coming from? Like when you're so satisfied with yourself, when you love yourself so much and you healed so much and you've just evolved so much that you understand that you're only going to do it with the right person. Okay.
oh
Let's
yeah,
say,
without a doubt.
yeah, let's say you wanted to go on vacation, but the right people weren't available to go with you. Okay. Whole people can go through life on their own. Okay. When two whole people come together, then what happens is that they have nothing to offer each other but companionship because they're already whole. You can't complete someone when you're already complete. And that's what going on vacation represented to me just now. Whole people can go on vacation by themselves and have an enjoyable time just like you did, man.
Yeah, that's true, man. And I ain't even think about that, but yeah, and it's real. But and I think sometimes what we can do, and I've seen it, being in a relationship will make you whole. Being in a marriage will make you whole or make you complete.
Hmm.
If you, I guess I can say this: being in relationships and marriage, and also it enhances who you really are at the core.
Hmm.
And so I think that's another thing where it definitely has who you are at the core, and you have to figure that part out. If you're in a marriage or in a relationship and you keep, like you said, you keeping the same results, it might be something. that you're doing or something that you got to figure out within you.
Yeah,
And but that goes with not like you just said. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, nah, you got to be whole before you get into a whole relationship, though.
exactly. Anything else is Pandora's box. Now
Yeah,
there's always God's grace. You take those vows. There might be some people out there that are married right now and they didn't quite fully understand themselves, didn't fully know themselves. But I believe in that situation, the best thing that both of those parties can do is honor that vow. Give it everything you have to repair any damages that have taken place before or within the marriage. And ultimately, only one of two things are going to happen. You all are going to get on that same page and connect on a deeper level and evolve together and grow. Or you may understand that there were some things that happened that might not be able to you can't come back from. The weight of the transgression was just too heavy. But either way, you have peace. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Give it everything you have. So even if it doesn't work out, you can walk away with a clean slate internally, spiritually, and understand that you gave it everything you had, and there's no lingering what ifs and questions, man.
Nah, facts. I agree, 100%, man. So,
Yeah.
all right, when you get married, man, we waiting, man.
Man, you sound like my aunts at Thanksgiving and Christmas, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm probably the last person to talk, so I
I
don't.
know. You know what I tell them, because they're like, because my one aunt just gets on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because she found out I could cook and she started making me bring dishes, and everybody likes my cooking. And then my sister just looking at me, want to throw food at me. Why are you single, man? Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
But nah, you know what it is though, bro. I totally get where you coming from, and I understand. Like being in that world now and seeing going through everything, I'm like, yo, all right, I get it now, yo. You're real protective of your peace,
Yeah.
and I'm the same way too, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm very protective of my peace. I don't like a lot of like unnecessary stuff
Hmm.
and like nonsense. So I'm real protective of who I share that with, man.
Exactly. And I mean, the honest, answer is, yeah, it's been women I wanted to marry. It's been women who I've gone down the road with the hopes. It's been women that met me and I was theirs to lose, man. All they had to do was just be normal, man. And but that's what I'm trying to explain. Okay, the high value black man, the world does not just acquiesce to him and bow down to him because he's successful or he might have some notoriety or something like that. You see black men on many levels in the media, professional athletes, actors, entertainers, who are going through it with women. you know
Oh,
and
gosh.
so, but check this out. No one's exempt, man. So it's just like,
Not at all.
yeah. So it's like, okay, you have more access to women. More women want to be with you, but you don't have more options. An option is someone who's compatible with you that you can consider for a relationship or marriage. That's what an option is. And so all you really have is more opportunities for encounters. You're going to get more beautiful women that want to be around you. You're going to have access to a caliber of women that looks wise that maybe some men don't have. But that means nothing. That's just an encounter. As far as an option, nah, it's not. There's not too many options out here. And to speak to what you said about peace, okay, this is what I want black women to really understand, is that you cannot be his peace until you are peace.
Mm.
Okay, I have an entire chapter in my book called "Be His Peace,"
That's
and
a
I
bar.
explain that you have to evolve to that point where you're so healed and satisfied within yourself that you literally become peace. Okay, now you become recognizable because he is already at peace, like what you said, where you've evolved to. Okay, and he understands that you can be his peace. You're not being his peace for him. You're able to be his peace because you've become peace.
Mm. Hey, they should go ahead take notes on that one.
Yeah, man. It's Sunday, man. Pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes.
You know what I'm saying? The cash out, my man, on that.
Yeah, pay your tithes, man. You know.
Hey, are you thinking about are you gonna do like I feel like you should do like a show, man. You should have your own show where you just like have women call in, bro.
Yeah, that would be cool. I kind of do it on a one-on-one basis now. It's
Okay.
I'm ready for something like that though. I'm gonna maybe start doing some lives to kind of warm it up.
Yo, I feel like you should have your own like radio deal, man. Like you just do like an hour or two, man, and have just women call in, bro. I would definitely, and you should sign up to the OT Podcast Network. Come to so go ahead and say me plug that, yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, I definitely want to join the lineup. Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about in some different ways, and just maybe some Zoom seminars, and just I'm kind of mapping that out right now for the women. And,
Yeah, because I already know you can get some controversial calls, you can get some combative women, but that's what you want though.
yeah,
You
yeah,
want that, man. Yeah, bring all the smoke, man. I mean,
yeah,
I think
man.
you can handle it.
Yeah, it's beauty in the ashes, man. You know that's what I love
Yeah,
about some women who have read my book. They called it a game changer, and in spite of the women who were offended, there were many women who saw it. They got it. They read it. They
they got it
internalized
right.
it, and they called it a game changer. And so that's what I'm focused on. Is just you know, I'm not really worried about the naysayers, because you know this better than anybody. You can keep to yourself, do everything right. People still not gonna like you, so you might as well
Nah, dog.
put yourself
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
nah.
You know?
Yeah, dude. I've learned, yo. Like I don't even bother nobody. I got smoke for. I don't even know what happened. I don't do that to nobody. Though. You
Yeah,
get smoked
man.
for no reason.
The smoke is
It's,
coming.
but
Yeah, the smoke is
yeah,
coming, but you might as well take the smoke while you're doing your purpose, man. You know.
exactly. Fact. And with that said, man, this episode of the one-on-one artist spotlight brought to you by brightsmile.com. Hey, if you go on brightsmile.com, you can use the promo code OT Show Pod 25 if you want those pearly whites, man, like me. Maybe you can't see me. Hey, my man, he got them too. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, brightsmile.com. Go get your pearly whites, man. You get the charcoal, man. They got the UV light. Get the smile right, man. It's Valentine's Day. You don't want to be out here with a busted smile. Get your smile right, man. Go to brightsmile.com. OT Show Pod 25 is the promo code. Use it. Get 25% off your deal. Thank you. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah,
Nah, man. Hey, but nah, man. I definitely appreciate you taking some time out your day today, man. Giving us some game, man. Bro, like I said, man. I definitely want you to do this, man. To get the show popping, man. I think you can. I think it'll be beneficial, man.
it will be, and I mean, I appreciate your belief in me, and like I said, I have some things in the works, and I I just thank you for opening up your platform, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what I will do. I'm taking a clean sweep through all these radio stations and podcasts, just like I've been doing, man. I want to bless people's audiences, and I definitely would entertain the thought of starting my own thing too. You know.
Nah, hey, look, we here for you, brother. Whatever you want to do, whatever you need, man. You already know you already got a home on that show, man. Look, I mean, you number two behind Pitt, man. Shout out, rest in peace, our brother Pitt, man.
Yeah,
You're honorary member of the show too, son.
yeah, man. We always gonna do it for the big homie, man. And
Matter of fact,
yeah,
and I just thought about it. Matter of fact, the last time we had you on, God rest his soul, when we had you on with him, the Footy Call Drake.
Footy Call, man, the classic, the number one OT show of all time, baby.
I was surprised. Yeah, the Footy Call Drake did good too. It threw me off guard. I didn't even know what happened, how it got to that point. But I think it started from I posted an article, and then it got so many comments on the article. I was like, oh, and that's how I kind of gauge where the conversation is going.
Mm-hmm.
And that week it got like the week when I posted it, it got all these comments, and I people going back and forth about it. I was like, oh yeah, we got something here. That's when I had you on that following week, and I was just like, oh wow. And nah, man, that was a good episode, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, Pitt, man, God rest the brother, man. When I went back and watched it after he passed, and I was like, that man pulled some stuff out of me, man.
He was no, he was. That's why I
Yeah,
like him. But you know who he is. That's Stephen A. Bailey. He was Stephen A. Bailey's man. I called him that.
yeah,
But he gonna always give you something to think about.
yeah,
He was always the devil's advocate, dog.
yeah, man.
He always gonna be,
He
but he
was
gonna he gonna
yeah.
challenge you though.
He's a level setter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He elevate people, man, and definitely gonna miss the brother. I had one question though. Since you talking about me having this show, I want to do something impromptu. Are there some people in the comments, whether we're Facebook live streaming or whatever platforms this is on right now, where you can see it live? Is there anyone that has any questions?
Yeah. We could hopefully. Let's see.
Just a couple, man. Just a couple. Just a couple, man. Nothing wild. I ain't taking over the show, man. I just want to, you say had the show. Let's run the format real quick. You muted. You muted.
My bad. I said yeah. Now we got some people watching, but we trying to see if we might got some questions, man. Hey, you got some questions? Hit us up, man.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, we see, man. Somebody come in some questions for us. Yo, but with that said, man, oh, dude, so hey, what you celebrating Valentine's Day, man?
I mean, the day is still young. That's all I'm gonna say. You know,
Oh, we got one.
the brother Chris Bradley.
He said, "Why do you think successful black women are in competition with successful black men?" Yeah, yeah. Why do you think successful black women are in competition with successful black men? Good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. What's happening is that a lot of women have made the definition of who they are. They made that definition of their value. They put it in their possessions, their job titles, their education, and things like that. Okay. Now, what happens is that they meet a man that has everything that they have and possibly sometimes more. Okay. And, their definition of success is I can step on the neck of everyone around me. You see where I'm coming from? It's like they don't want to necessarily, the competitive woman that he's describing doesn't necessarily want to join herself with the man. She's more so concerned with dominating the man because she has to be better than everybody because that's the definition of who she is, as opposed to being feminine, submissive, easy to be around, and just overall supportive and in her optimal physical shape. That's where her power is, but her power is misplaced. She puts it in her material possessions, and instead of revering the man for being a black man that rose out of the ashes and got to where he is and is together in all those ways, just like she is, instead of revering him, she wants to dominate and compete with him because in her mind, she's better than him and she has to be better than him. And the dangerous part of that is that you will diminish and you will downplay a very successful man that you say you want. You'll diminish and downplay him because in your mind, you can't even believe or make yourself, understand or accept that he's just as successful as you, or maybe even more successful. So that's a dangerous place to be, is be competitive. If you really want a successful black man, don't be competitive. Be thankful and revere that man when you meet him, especially if he's showing up to you the right way.
Yeah, and then not to mention, man, if y'all both y'all got everything on together, guess what y'all can do? You build on that,
Exactly.
and that's the thing, man. It's all about. I mean, hey, look, man. It's all. I look at it like this. It's about building an empire, man. And I look at like relationships because hey, man, I'm a capitalist. It is what it is. But I look at it like this. It's like running the company, dog. Like, yo, you have to have everything intact in order for us to grow and build, man. Yo, you have to. Some days, look. Some days you have to put the company on your back, man. Some
Mm-hmm.
days you have to work hard for it. Some days you got to go late nights, whatever. And then another thing, sometimes it get lonely.
Yeah.
The part of that now that's the part that they don't want to. You don't want to talk about. Now you get this high value man. Guess what? He got to work. You got to work. So guess what? You might not be coming home every night cooking dinner like that. He might have to cook dinner, or Vice versa. She gonna have to cook dinner because you not home like that, or you coming home late, whatever. Either way, so roles gonna change, man. So that's what people the compromise has to come to. And I feel like if people want to get that mindset of building with each other,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it even much better. Look at it like this. If you're successful by yourself, look what y'all can do together. Look at the
Exactly.
buying look at the buying power y'all got together. Look at the assets y'all got together. Y'all can build. Look at if you can take 10-figure vacations by yourself. Think about you when you get together. You can take 20-figure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
20. I mean, I'm saying 10-figure. Say $10,000 vacation. You can take a $20 vacation. Whatever.
Exactly.
But you do it together. You can do it bigger and better, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I figure like this, man. You want somebody to make you bigger and better, man.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. That's what that's what that successful black man responds to, that woman that inspires him. Do
Yeah.
you understand, black women, do you understand what is at your disposal from this man, what this man is going to give you without you asking? If you show up in his life the right way, you just inspire him by your presence, being a consistent, peaceful, supportive, and loving presence in the man's life. Like, that's inspiring to him. That man's gonna give you the world.
Nah, I do.
That
It
man's
do.
gonna give you the world.
Yeah, instead of just taking and you want every,
Mm-hmm.
but nah, dog. You want to, I think a man, when they have that for the most part, I think man wants to excel. And to give her everything because you feel like she deserves it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one thing. Like, you never want to show up with that entitlement. Entitlement requires things from a man. And entitlement on a conscious and unconscious level says, I'm the more valuable commodity in this interaction. You have to work for me. I'm more valuable than you. Okay. A
Yep.
high value man, once again, is a man that values himself highly. He is turned off and he runs away from entitlement, because that's posturing yourself above him, and that's an unhealthy dynamic right there. Okay. And nobody with any intelligence is going to start off a relationship that is based on an unhealthy dynamic. So the most powerful thing that the woman can do is simply to give that man whatever he's giving her. Okay. If he's coming at her eye to eye, you come to him eye to eye. There's no competition, there's no games, there's no posturing going on. It's just you both present yourself. And from that point, you know if you show up, he's very attracted to you, and he sees you not on that silly stuff in the games, you're consistent, you're going to captivate that man. Okay.
Facts.
Once you captivate him, he's yours to lose. He's inspired. He wakes up and he considers you before he considers himself. Imagine what you miss out on when you have entitlement, and you're requiring this checklist of what this man has to do for you to get in your presence, like you're the Queen of England or something like that. No, you just give him exactly what he's giving you. Okay, go down that road with him, be consistent, and he's going to be captivated. He's going to be inspired, and then he's going to wake up considering you before he considers himself. And when a man is captivated and he's in that space, you can have anything you want from that man.
Nah, without a doubt. Nah, without a doubt, man. Yeah, that's true, bro. Hey, look. So, hey, what do you think about this term? This term used to always bug me, man. What do you think about this term? Happy wife, happy life.
No, man, that's an unhealthy dynamic.
Yeah,
That's it right there.
because I used to always, I was the one that was combative when I used to hear that term. Like, yo, so what? It just don't matter about my happiness.
Mhm.
I don't have happiness. I can't do nothing. It's just happy wife, happy life. It's just, I don't matter, huh?
Yeah, but the happy wife, happy life is once again, it's in that same vein of entitlement. It means that I have no accountability. I can move through this relationship like a child, and everything is on you.
Facts.
You have to keep me pleased. I have to do nothing to please you. Once again, a high value man, is he worth it? A high value black man, is he worth it? Because you can't come to him with that mindset. It's it's more of a, I heard the contrary to that is happy spouse, happy house. You see where I'm coming from. So you have to value that man just as much as he values you. Any time that you can successfully place yourself above a man, make him cater to you, make him grovel just to be in your presence and to keep you, that is a man that is not solidified within himself. That is the man that you're going to have the rocky, unstable experience with. In order to get a stable man that can give you a balanced and healthy life, you can never look at yourself as being more valuable than him, because he's not going to accept that. No.
Nah, without a doubt. With that said, man, hey, shout out to my man Matt, man. Thanks for coming through, brother.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
look, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Okay, everybody. Yeah, you can find me everywhere on social media at Matthew C. Horne. You can go to my website, check out my new book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. It's changing lives. It's 250 pages of pure magic where I'm giving Black women the tools to be recognizable and to be postured to the man that you want. It's available at www.matthewchorne.com. And yeah, stay connected with me on social media. Once again, it's at Matthew C. Horne everywhere. E Money, thanks for having me on the show, man. And I'm looking forward to coming back very, very soon, brother.
Nah, no problem, man. Thanks for having. I mean, I'm glad you can be a part of it, man. Hey, and that's our one-on-one artist spotlight, man. Thanks again to our brother Matthew C. Horne, man. Yeah, go check him out. Go check the books out. Do everything, man. Hey, also we gonna get that show for him, man.
Yeah, let's get it popping, man.
We gonna get it, man. Hey, this has been another episode of the OT Show. I'm your host E. God bless y'all, man. Happy Valentine's Day for all you women, and because I'm not saying Happy Valentine's Day to all you men, because I feel like nobody cares. Valentine's Day is for women anyway. It's
Yeah,
not for us. We know this. Some women came up with this, and you know the origin behind Valentine's Day is really messed up though. It's some real BS though. I'm not getting to that, but the origins of Valentine's Day is really screwed up. Go look that up. It's bad. It's real bad, yeah. But
right.
anyway, with that said, hey, look, it's the OG Show. Me, OG, and we out, man. God bless.
Peace out.